I mostly get like weird like marriage proposals through my DMs.
Got it.
Yeah.
And you're like, listen, I'm not a mail order bride.
Exactly.
I'm Katie Kaps, co-founder, co-CEO of HigherDOSE, and today on Hot Seat, I'm here with Gigi Robinson, who is a founder, entrepreneur, and chronic illness advocate. So we're going to be getting into Gigi's background here in the sauna, sweating it out for
Absolutely.
a 30-minute session, and then afterwards we're going to do a 3-minute ice cold plunge.
Yay.
Ready to hit it?
Yeah, let's do it.
So at age 11, you were diagnosed with a chronic condition.
Mm-hmm.
What were your symptoms?
I would just get these injuries like back to back, like an ankle break, a sprain, a shoulder dislocation, a fractured elbow from a cartwheel. And it was like, I was getting injured so easily. We saw the doctor and literally after like the first injury, she was like, I think you have Ehlers-Danlos hypermobility syndrome and you should see this geneticist. We went to the geneticist, she confirmed. And that was what I found out at age 11. And I was like a kid. I didn't know what any of that meant, honestly.
Right.
I couldn't play in gym class. I had to give up swimming. I wanted to actually be an Olympic swimmer. That was like my goal at one point in life.
And what exactly were the 3 diagnoses?
Yeah, so Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which
Okay.
is hypermobility, essentially, and it's a genetic disorder. And then mast cell activation syndrome and POTS, which has been more common, and most recently I just got diagnosed with endometriosis. So.
And what did it mean for you? Like, what did you have to change about your life having that diagnosis?
It was a lot of like feeling a little bit left out, but also needing to protect myself because I didn't want to be judged, which is unfortunate because that's just like, we live in a really ableist society. And that trained me from a young age to hide and be ashamed of my chronic health issues. My career is based off of how I found my voice when my professors didn't believe me at school and my friends didn't believe me. It wasn't about what I physically had, it was about other people's perception of like what I couldn't do. So it really affected my relationships more than anything, I think, with friends and school and work was really, really a challenge.
What are the most like intense symptoms that you have from all that now?
Well, it's really interesting. So I just had this surgery, this laparoscopic surgery to see and remove the endometriosis if it was there. And it took 13 years to get this diagnosis of endometriosis. And so I'm rethinking all of my pain, all of my stomach issues, all of my back issues. What if it was just the endometriosis the whole time?
Yeah.
And there's a real problem that 1 in 10 women deal with endometriosis.
That's wild.
And it begs the question of like, we need to really fix our healthcare system right now.
Right. One thing I wanted to ask about is I know you were featured in Sports Illustrated.
Yes.
So can you tell us about how that came about, what that process was like?
Absolutely. So it just was one of the most surreal things because when I got my diagnosis of EDS back when I was 11, I actually had to give up swimming and I found a new passion, which ended up being photography.
Nice.
So I looked up to Yusai, one of the world's most famous fashion photographers, my entire life. Like literally since I was 11 years old, since this diagnosis, and to not only be an SI talking as a chronic health advocate, a women's health advocate, but to also be there and be photographed by literally someone that I've idolized my entire life. I just think it was a moment where I knew. Like I was literally like, this was meant for me. I was meant to be here.
You manifested it.
Yeah.
What was the online response to your Sports Illustrated feature?
I mean, I want to cry thinking about it.
Aww.
How many people around the world messaged me, not only about EDS, but also I don't retouch any of my images. I don't do any filters online. And I really chose, I said to them, I was like, I don't want to be retouched. I want people to also see me as I am. And I'm showing up as this person dealing with these health issues. And that response also was really amazing to hear from other disabled and chronically ill people around the world saying, my body looks like yours.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that you're the representation for that. And I still get messages like to this day, and it just warms my heart so much.
And what are some myths or false information that goes around about chronic illness?
the biggest one is that it looks different for everyone, right? Like I'm dealing with a bunch of different things, but you would never know. And that's the same about mental health too. It's the same about body image. Some other myths, I mean, chronically ill people aren't active, chronically ill people or disabled people can't like do good work. And that's just really ableist.
And what's a good way for like a friend or family member to show support for someone that has a chronic illness?
Yeah, I would say just really being patient, right? I think my friends have been so supportive and patient at the same time. They've been very like, how can I help you? Or like, I wanna, like, let me like wash the dishes. Like we ordered in, like, I'll just like take care of it for you. And it is a lot of like acts of service stuff, but I think also just having conversations also about like what you can and can't do, being realistic about your expectations as well as your boundary of just like, I can do this, can't do that. And you either love it or hate it. And luckily I've had a handful of really true, incredible friends that have just been so supportive.
And what advice do you have for someone that is diagnosed with a chronic illness or autoimmune condition?
Yeah, I mean, I think I touched on a lot of it, but I think it's really about like giving yourself that grace and that opportunity to be mad. You can grieve the life that you would have lived before this health diagnosis. You also can see it as something, as a tool, as something that's powerful, where you can go, you know what? Now that I have this diagnosis, I can do X, Y, and Z to feel my best. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm literally just focused on healing, and luckily I'm at a point in my career and in my life where I'm able to go to sleep at 8:30 at night if I need to. And I think it's just really important to put your needs first and figure out what works for you. And literally this has taken me over a decade. So like, it's not like it happens overnight. You're gonna have to be patient with yourself too.
Yeah.
But it is okay to feel this frustration and this rage, but try, if you can, to be a little hopeful of what your life can look like and how you can build it.
What are you most looking forward to in 2023?
So I am currently on a speaking tour.
Nice.
I'm talking to a lot of different universities. I'm going to Yale in 2 weeks. I'm going to USC.
Yale, no big deal.
Yeah, it's my first Ivy.
Starting small.
My first Ivy. I'm so excited about it. Then I'm going to the USC Women's Conference, a couple other conferences happening later in the year, and just talking about Gen Z and kind of like what the future of work looks like as it pertains to social media and mental health. I think there's a lot of conversation and maybe controversy just about Gen Z snowflakes, and I'm like, guys, you're adults calling literal kids snowflakes. Like, grow up. You know, you're the people that are genuinely causing this generation a lot of mental stress by saying you're not enough from the get-go. You know, young people look up to older people, and if the older people are telling us we're not enough, our self-worth is gonna be in the drain.
Right.
And so how do you build when your self-worth's already on the bottom? So a lot of my talks are also about self-confidence and self-worth and really pushing through it and training your mindset. So a lot of that. And then I'm actually writing a children's book and it should be out early spring.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for you. Your enthusiasm's infectious.
Oh, thanks.
So it was such a pleasure.
Yeah.
But I think now, you know, it's time to move on to the cold plunge.
Let's do
if
it.
you feel like you're ready.
Let's do it,
okay.
girl.
All right, let's do it.
Woo!
So now we're gonna do the 3-minute cold plunge.
Let's do it.
Sponsored by Edge Theory Labs. So if you're ready, let's get started. Wow, you're doing great.
I love it.
Get it, girl.
Let's go, baby.
Not exactly a walk in the park,
Yeah,
but
we got this. We got this, girl.
Okay, you're showing me up here.
Let's breathe.
looks
Let's breathe
I
through
gotta-
it.
Is this the breathing you do before bed?
We'll do it together.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold. Exhale.
It was amazing.
Yeah, we can just keep doing it.
Are you available for health coaching?
I mean, like I should. I honestly should. You can do this, girl. Ready? Big breath,
Get it.
big breath, big breath. Hold it. Hold the breath. Hold the breath. Better, right?
Yeah.
It's like a meditation. It's mental.
Totally.
You know? Just keep it all in your head.
3, 2, 1.
Woo!
Yeah!
We did it, girl!
Nailed it. Well, that concludes our episode of Hot Seat. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more.